Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project365, episode 23. So today's Friday. I want to talk about something a little bit more fun today, just do some fun stuff. So I've been going through a couple questions that have been coming in. I decided to pick this one. It kind of pertains and rolls in nicely to a bunch of the stuff that we've been doing in the squat series. So the question was this. We got a guy here. He has a minor case of pes planus. He notes that he gets it with squatting and snatching, but he doesn't necessarily get a lot of pain during normal activities. And he wants to know what I think about getting orthotics, and he wants to know how they would be with lifting and wadding, and what activities for his feet specifically he can do. So just for all you guys, just so we're all on the same page, what pes planus is, normal world, it's just called flat foot, or we call it flat foot. They call it pes planus. And what that is, it's a loss of the arch between the heel and the big toe, or the longitudinal arch, okay? It could be due to a whole bunch of different reasons. Not going to talk a lot about those. But if they do, this right down here, this is your plantar fascia. That's like one of the things that could become laxed if it's not a bony abnormality. Now, if we come down here, I wanted to show you some of the consequences of when we have flat feet or pes planus. What happens is not only is the foot flat, but it also rotates inward. And when it rotates inward, this moves upstream, okay? This internal rotation, medial rotation, goes upstream to the shin, which also now turns in, and then goes upstream to the thigh, which also now turns in. So you could see how that can contribute to what they call a valgus deformity, or where the knee moves medial. So this is something that a whole bunch of the population has. There's about 20% of the population now that has some form of pes planus, although, like I said, there's a whole bunch of different variations. So to answer the orthotics question, it's not an answer that I can give an absolute to without first doing some type of examination and getting some type of history and seeing whether it was, you know, one of the 15 different types of pes planus that are out there. But assuming that it was a functional soft pes planus, okay, that would be a pes planus that kind of deformed into adulthood through degenerative conditions or deconditioning of the foot or whatnot. Now, if that happens, the normal cause for that is inactivity of the toes. So we have these muscles, these little tiny muscles, they call them intrinsic muscles of the foot. So normally, as those feet muscles become deconditioned, the arch tends to fall. And it happens because in America, in the Eastern cultures, we use pretty hard toes and pretty hard toed shoes. So, if this is the case, okay, and this is just making a whole bunch of assumptions, the exercises that I would do with those are these, okay? We start out, what we want to do is, we just talked about how they were the intrinsic muscles of the foot are the ones that bothered us the most, or that got deconditioned, and that's what caused the falling of the arch. If that is indeed true, these exercises, we call them the foot drills, and we do them for all of our athletes that kind of have a type of functional pes planus, track athletes, runners, it doesn't really matter. We have them first do a march on their heels, and this would be 10 meters is normally what we end up doing. And then we have the march back on their tippy toes. And the idea here, guys, is all we're trying to do is activate all the different intrinsic muscles of the foot. Now, I would say to you guys, make sure that you either do this on a mat or on the turf, because it is kind of hard on your feet. I wouldn't do it necessarily on the hard floor. As you notice when I'm coming back, now I'm on the outsides of my feet. And now I'm on the insides of my feet. So we got 4 directions so far: heels, toes, outsides, and insides of the feet. And this is your moneymaker. This is the one that I really want you guys to pay attention to. We call this the short foot race. And we would only do one length of this. If somebody can actually do 10 meters, that would be pretty impressive. But what it is we're going to curl our toes to drag our foot forward. Curl our toes to drag our foot forward. Curl our toes to drag our foot forward. And like this. So it looks like my toes are dragging my foot along. My entire foot still stays on the ground. I'm just kind of shuffling it around. And what this is really going to do is fire up all those intrinsic muscles of the foot, the toe flexors, and tire out that foot that becomes deconditioned, or reconditioned, I should say, that foot that becomes deconditioned from all those hard shoes that we tend to wear in the Eastern cultures. So guys, this is something that we would do every day before every single workout for probably 6 to 8 weeks to make this happen and to start to see a change. So what I would suggest to you, your prescription, if you are one of these people that have one of those soft arches, like, so if I have a normal arch, when I'm not weight bearing, I stand and I have that, and that arch flattens out, okay? These would be some exercises that I would start putting into my dynamic warm-up. And check it within 6 to 8 weeks. And what I mean is every single day, okay? Every single day we work out, we do them. They take about 2 minutes or so, and throw those in, see how they work out for you. Until next time, we're optimizing function to optimize performance.